There is this saying that says, if you want to build a better life, then you have to treat your life like a business. I grew up with my grandparents.
Rural, kind of like rural area in our own town. Or I should say, I grew up with my grandma and my grandpa in our village. I think I like that phrase. It sounds rural. In our village. I cannot say we are rich or we are poor because literally all the houses look almost identical. And the only thing I can recall is that I eat 3 small meals per day, morning, afternoon, and night. So actually, as a child, I have no sense of reasoning. But I can vividly recall, as a child, when we are being given a gift of money, so then, we're talking about 1998, 1999, 2000s, when we're given a gift of money, the only thing we do is to find a way to spend it. And my grandma used to say a word as of then. She would say, you these children, why can't you allow your money to breathe in your pocket? I never know the weight of that words until I grew up. So for the past few months now, I've been engrossed with the learning of finance. And when I'm talking about finance, I'm talking about savings, investment, budgeting, and building a good monetary habit. So if you're watching this video, I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How good are you when it comes to savings? I want you to drop that in the comment section below. And if you can rate yourself 5 out of 10, then I need your mentorship in my life because I'm horrible when it comes to saving. And I already admit that I'm quite horrible when it comes to savings. So in this video, I'm going to go through the fundamental of getting into savings, my own personal process on how I get into it so that you guys can do as well and follow up. It's going to be a practical process that you guys can write down and aggressively focus on how to get into savings, investments, and several like that. Sometimes ago, I made a statement on Twitter. I said, I wonder why people treat the topic of money like a taboo. And coming to realize and reflecting on my words, I realized that it's not that we treat the topic of money like a taboo. Most of us, including me myself, I am not accountable for how much I make. So it's quite hard for me to talk about the topic of money when it comes to talking about the topic of money. So I'm not accountable. And I come to realize that that is what differentiates us from those people we look up to. The people we are looking up to as the rich people, as the billionaires, because they are accountable. If you wake a billionaire up in the middle of the night and ask them how much they're making, it's easier for them to tell you, I make $100,000 a year, I make $100,000 a month, because they are accountable. That's why we can know their net worth. And there's a word I heard as of sometimes ago. It said, if you want to build a better life, you have to start treating your life as a business. So I'll be going through this fundamental and I hope you guys enjoy it. So the very first thing I did, as of that moment that I make up my mind that I want to get into street budgeting and saving, is I usually have a lot of bank accounts, like 5 bank accounts, like five bank accounts, and I have some mobile banking app. So what I did is I move all the money from all the bank accounts, all the little amount of money, then I put them into one bank so that I can know the approximate the particular amount I have as of that moment in time that I make up my mind that I want to get into street budgeting and savings. So first, I'm going to approximate all the money to be $100 and I'm going to divide it into percentage. So the next thing I did is I have to list my primary needs, those things that I cannot do without. So I'm going to list them and I'm going to put them on the screen here so that you guys can see. The very first thing I list is my feeding. It's my feeding. It's very important. I like food a lot. So that's the first thing that I'm going to list of my primary need. Most important need, my feeding, my housing, my transportation, and internet, which make it a total of 4. Feeding, housing, transportation, and internet. So as of that period of time, in order to combat those ones so that I can have a gap in between the months in order to plan my next month's income so that I can focus on savings. I had to battle what I need to battle very first. So the very first thing I did is for my feeding, I channeled 20% to my feeding. So the moment I channel 20% to my feeding, that would be like $20. I took out the $20 straight up. I went to a store and purchased all the feeding things that I would need for that particular month. I have to write the budget, rice, spaghetti, and all those stuffs. I bought them once and I store them in the house. So the next thing I do is, in our country, for the housing, in our country, we pay annually. We don't pay monthly for the housing. But for me, in order to meet up with my house rent payment, I had to like budget 20% of the particular money I have. As of that time, I budgeted 20%, then I put it in a locked account. I put it to the date in which I'll be repaying my house rent. I put that in a locked account. And I'll be doing that every month when I receive payment. I will still talk to you about my kind of job. It's not a monthly basis kind of job, but I'm going to like tell you more. But based on average people, some people that do a monthly kind of job, they can follow this process. So I channeled 20% to my housing and I locked it up in a locked account that I tagged with house rent. So that's what I do with that. So now we already spent 40% of the total amount that I have. So next is my transportation. If I don't go through this process of trying to know much about me, I will not know how much I spend on transportation. I spend 40% of my monthly income on transportation, which is crazy. For the past few months now, I've been trying to find a way in order to reduce how much I spend on my transportation. So I had to put 40% of the money I have as of that period of time. I have to put it somewhere for my transportation. So I put 40% in my account that I will have access to take every morning if I'm going out, and I'm not going to take beyond that. So I book 40% for my transportation. And for my internet, I realized I spend almost 20% of my income for internet, making a total of $100. Literally, I spent all the money that I have. As of the day that I took the decision to start savings, I spent all the money that I took out of all my accounts. So that by the following month, I'll still be relaxed. I bought them in excess actually, so that I'll still be relaxed maybe before like few days before I'll open my accounts, my payments account, and start putting those money in my budget. So I spend 20% on my internet. So in order to combat with the internet situation, I have to find a way to reduce all the spending that I'm doing. So I decided to purchase a SpectraNet, and like a Wi-Fi. Yeah, I bought a Wi-Fi. You can see it at my background there. Buying a Wi-Fi actually helped me a lot because it has helped me to reduce the amount of money I spend on data. In the essence that I spent 20% buying data on my phone and using it, I realized the total package that I can use in a month, even to buy it in bulk, is like 10%, which actually cost a lot of money for me. So that is how I started into budgeting. So after I focused on this one and I fought this war as of that month, the following month, I was able to schedule and budget my money, and as of that time, I'm not spending up to like 40% for transportation. I'm not spending up to 20% for feeding. As of that time, I'm spending like 10% for. So I can still, out of the money that remaining after out of the money that remained when I spend like 10% for feeding, like 20% for transportation, I was able to cut it out. I'm still going to make another video about that. So I put the money into savings. Some I put them into savings and some I used to invest. So that is the fundamental of getting into savings. You have to spend money and solve the current problem so that you will free the other, like the following time, in order to get into savings. So that's my own personal process that I think most people, if you can just sit down with your spouse or sit down with your friend that you stay with, or you sit down with your family, you can calculate this. And if you live alone, this video is best for you. You can sit down and calculate and make sure you are not living beyond your means. That is very, very important. And if you have this budget, you will not live beyond your means, because you know how much you're making, and you know that if you're spending more than this, you might actually get stranded financially. So that is the video, that's the process in which I get into savings, and I'll be making more video on how I invest in stocks and how I invest in I did cryptocurrency, but I'm going to make another video for that so that you guys can get into that as well. And all of us can just have a financially free life. And I realized that the only thing that actually makes us not live a financially free life is most of us are actually doing more than we are. We're actually spending more than we are making, and we don't know if we don't, if we did not calculate how much we are making, if we are not accounting for how much we are making. So that is it about this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you enjoy it, make sure you give it a like. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you click on the subscriber button and turn on the notification bell to get notified when I upload new video. And I will see you guys on my next video. That's about it. Peace and enjoy yourself.